Hey Christina, how are you doing?
I'm doing not so great.
Okay, well, my name is Justin. I am a student physical therapist under the direction of Dr. Purcell, and I'm going to be conducting your interview today.
Okay.
All right, so go ahead and tell me what you're coming in for.
Well, I've just been having a lot of neck problems and pain. Um, I think I have degenerative disc disease, and it's just really overwhelming. It's painful to the touch, and there's just a lot going on, and I don't think adding one more thing is going to help. So it would be really helpful to know what's causing it.
hmm Okay, so I saw from your imagery that was sent over from your doctor that they took a couple MRIs, and it sounds as if they spoke to you about some of what they saw on there. And can you tell me what you understand about degenerative disc disease? How did that conversation go, and what did you take away from it?
Honestly, not much. I just heard the doctor say those words, but I don't really fully comprehend what that means or what it means for my long term health.
hmm Well, it's a pretty scary sounding term,
Yeah.
right? Anytime there's the word degenerative associated with our health, it can definitely be a cause for alarm. One point that I do want to bring home is that imagery doesn't always correlate with outcomes, and especially with this sort of thing. Especially MRIs, most people have degenerative disc disease, especially when we reach a particular age, and that can start as early as our 30s. But pretty much everybody is going to have that at some point in their lives, and it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to cause some sort of restriction in your movement or your ability to carry on a normal life.
Is there hope for the pain to get better?
Yeah, absolutely. And, sort of tell me what you think about pain in general. What does pain mean to you? What does it
Well,
signal?
it's a real feeling that I feel. It's like gets in the way of me doing things that I want to do. So like turning my neck, or if somebody wants to touch my neck, I feel pain. So it's a real sensation for
Yeah,
me.
absolutely. Pain is real. Uh, and if you feel it, like, it's real, right? But what is the body actually trying to communicate to us? And sometimes there's different things that it's trying to communicate. So, for example, if we fall down, scrape our knee, and then we feel throbbing in our knee, that's the body signaling that there's been some sort of tissue damage, right? And it's signaling that there's a danger there, and it wants us to be aware of that danger so that we can protect it and it can heal. So tissue damage is one of those signals for pain. But in other cases, those signals can become overly sensitized even when we don't have actual acute tissue damage. Does that make sense? Because there's the sensory part that's connected with that tissue, but then there's also the processing part, which is in our brain. And then there's also the neurology part, which is the nerves that connect the brain to our tissues. And in many cases, that can become oversensitized, especially when we've been exposed to stress for an extended period of time. And it sounds to me like there was no real mechanism of injury based on the symptoms that you've had.
Right.
And so this could be an issue of sensitization.
Okay.
And with that, there's plenty of things that we can do in order to sort of desensitize the body over time. And that would be my suggestion.
Okay. So yeah, I don't have any particular incident that I can pinpoint that was the cause of this. So is that what you mean by no point of um, like an incident that can be connected with the injury?
Right, like there was no car accident, for
Right.
example, which may have caused tissue injury that didn't quite heal the way that we would want it to. It sounds like this could have been stress induced, in one way or another.
Stress
And
as in like my home situation or emotional situation, or stress as in like carpal tunnel, or
it could be a number of things. It could be emotional distress. It could be the result of overuse injuries, based on what your habits of movement are and
Okay.
what kind of situations work
that
demands
makes
of you.
sense.
But there's a number of tests that we can do in order to narrow those things down. But in every case, it's just important to recognize that pain is multifaceted, and it does sound like your nervous system is a little bit oversensitized, and there's exercises that we can do to reverse that and hopefully alleviate some of this pain you're experiencing.
Okay. Yeah, because as of now, I don't have any treatment plan, or I haven't seen anybody to help me with it.
Okay, well, I'm confident that we can work together and make some progress, and so let's move on with the rest of our analysis here.
Okay.
Okay, thanks, Christina.
Thanks.